In Uganda's capital city, Kampala, almost everyone uses firewood or charcoal for cooking. Tons of it is used every day in businesses, institutions and homes. The impact it's having on the surrounding countryside is clear to see.
All this area you can see was covered with trees, and as you can see from the far end here, all this has been cut down, and we have a fear the desert might come to Uganda.
Abasi Musisi owns a coffee roasting business. Keen to find a cheap and sustainable fuel, he came up with a very practical idea. Fuel briquettes made from sawdust and agricultural waste.
We had a lot of sawdust from the furniture workshops around Kampala. They had a problem of taking that one away. They were paying some people to take it away. And even for the agricultural wastes, they were being burnt, and that was a hazard also. So when I considered all those aspects, I said no, something must be done.
Today, Musisi pays carpenters and farmers for their waste products. Sawdust, rice husks and nutshells are just some of the many materials he buys. The material is sieved and then dried before being mixed together to make the perfect briquette.
Each material has a different characteristic. We mix them together like a baker makes a good cake. We do the blending just for one reason, to have a standard briquette. With the firewood, you have different species of wood. But with our briquette, it is standard. We'll give you the same firing today, tomorrow, and day after.
The mixture is fed into one of two briquetting machines. They compact the material into convenient blocks. Musisi was soon producing more briquettes than he needed, so he started persuading other institutions and businesses around Kampala to install efficient stoves to burn briquettes. One of the first to try them was a local confectionery company.
We first built one stove just for a trial and worked out. This is a great idea because when I look at the composition of the briquettes, these are waste materials and we are rich in waste materials. I don't see any reason why we should continue using, cutting our firewood and so on.
Not only are the briquettes helping to save the forest, but they could also save lives. Smoke is a major cause of respiratory disease, and the briquettes produce hardly any. That's good news for the cooks that spend all day in the kitchen.
When we were using charcoal, the fumes used to make us cough, and many times we would end up ill. But ever since we switched to briquettes, we haven't had any trouble because there's no smoke giving off. We no longer feel sick the way we used to.
Several school kitchens also use briquettes. This one caters for over 3,000 pupils every day.
Before we used to use charcoal. Really, we could prepare food and it takes a lot of time. But this time, 11:30, food is already been served. So that's how we have now really known that really these briquettes are really faster.
The briquettes are also much cleaner to use. They're easy to store and they don't need to be chopped up. And the new stoves ensure that most of the heat stays where it should.
It used to be very hot. Ever since we started using the briquettes, with their briquette stoves, the heat reduced. So you find that the heat is just like you are just in normal rooms like you're in the office. So you just enjoy preparing food.
The word is spreading. Kampala Jellitone now supplies briquettes for over 1,000 stoves across the city. And it's not just big businesses and institutions that can benefit. It could transform the lives of thousands of people who still burn firewood at home. Kampala Jellitone are now working to develop an efficient domestic briquette burning stove.
It is my prayer that we may continue to use them long into the future because they have been a great help. I have nothing but praise for briquettes. They are 100% excellent.
100%. We are now serving the country or the world.
There has been a need for someone to come and intervene in the situation. And I'm proud Kampala Jellitone Suppliers is a leading in this area.